I didn't want kids.
Dang!
I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it.
She belongs to the street.
No,
Hell no. Wait, she said that? I did not want to get married. I didn't want to have
crazy.
kids.
I didn't want to get married. I didn't want to act. She going crazy, bro.
No way.
She said, what she say? She seeks the attention of other men.
Kind of almost reeks of if that nigga was doing a little bit more cheating, she'd act in line. Like, it proves sometimes you might just have to go fuck another bitch. Like, real talk. Because, like, when you too much of the perfect guy, she over here thinking about everybody else but you. He need to go fuck one of the cheerleaders, fuck the girl in the front row. He need to be having 15 hoes like Stephon Diggs. I guarantee her ass would be on Spaces wilding out like Cardi B. She would have never, ever been on no podcast that comfortable to say he should have her ass stressed out.
Okay, guys, so Ayesha Curry just embarrassed. Steph, again, a clip from 8 years ago has gone viral, showing Ayesha Curry on live TV taking off her wedding ring when a shirtless man walked on stage. And people haven't forgotten. But now, she's doubling down in a brand new podcast, saying she never wanted to marry Steph Curry, never wanted kids, and didn't even see a future with him because she thought he'd just be a high school basketball coach. Let that sink in. She said she wasn't that into him. And while Steph's been one of the most humble, family-focused NBA superstars ever, four-time champion, face of the Golden State Warriors, worth over $200 million, his wife's out here publicly downplaying their marriage. It's not the first time either. Over the years, she's repeatedly hinted she wanted to be the famous one, the chef, the influencer, the brand builder, while Steph was supposed to just be the nice guy standing behind her. Now people are calling her the Jada Pinkett of basketball, saying she keeps oversharing and disrespecting her husband for podcast clout. But what's wild is, Steph still defends her. He even clapped back at Killer Mike recently after the rapper questioned Aisha's comments, and then he had to apologize. Like, Steph's out here protecting her while she's publicly humiliating him.
Steph Curry, Ayesha Curry. Steph, let me say this because I appreciated you checking it because it showed me you have a tremendous amount of respect for me. I was trying to say to the comedian, go easy on Steph. It wasn't my damn business, like my wife said, so I'm sorry, y'all. So let me say again, Ayesha, Steph, excuse me, I apologize deeply.
We wouldn't know about Ayesha Curry if it wasn't for Steph. She married a guy that she thinks she's better than, and honestly, she's jealous of him. She's jealous because I'm sitting at home, pumped out 3 kids, and he's on TV every day. He's getting all the fame. He's getting all the red carpet treatment. He's getting all this. And only time she gets attention is attention that he deflects to her. He tries to put her in the spotlight. He tries to put her front and center. And guess what? If she had what it takes, she'd already be there. And that's what's not being told. Will Smith married Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett had a modicum of success, but she was never nowhere close to being what Will was. Let me tell you what I fear is going to happen. I fear this is what's going to happen. She's going to end up divorcing him.
Right.
It's going to get to a point to where it is intolerable.
She basically was saying on there that her goal in life when she was younger was like to be a career-oriented person, not necessarily have kids. And then she got married, got pregnant right away, and what she thought was going to happen just disappeared.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I think it's that they always feel like she's trying to like sun him.
Are you mad, or would you be more mad if she thought it and never said it, or actually said what she was thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people say it, and that's their truth.
Yeah.
I have, some rules of engagement when talking about, certain people. If you can't relate, you shouldn't debate, right? You can chime in and do and that's where you get kind of, because it's how you're chiming in. I would never, why would she do? It's like, no, but homeboy.
You're not with Stephen Curry.
And they've never insinuated that there was a lack thereof. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta look at the optics here.
Yeah.
Certain things may be said, but what do we actually see? And that's what we should be focused on.
Be an alpha male, not a beta male.
Yo, how you feel about the Ayesha Curry girl?
Who?
Ayesha Curry.
Yo, he happy though. No, he happy. I'm being honest. You don't think he happy?
Niggas can say, yo, what's up, ma? Ayesha Curry, she gonna go crazy.
I didn't really want to get married to him. He always gets all this attention, and I want people to look at me.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it.
You want people to say, hey, girl, you got a fat ass. Ooh, I like your t-. He still ain't done. And I think personally that he's a great family man. He's a great husband. I think he shows lots of respect to his wife. You don't ever hear any controversy about this brother. He's a producer. I actually did some voices on an animation series that he has. He's fantastic. The guy, I mean, is just really a really good example of what a good husband is and a family man is. As much that probably gets thrown at him at all times because he's awesome. All right? Ayesha Curry is going around on these podcasts just yapping and being very disrespectful. This man works hard to show respect to you. I don't even think it's hard. I think he loves you that much that he goes, this is my wife, this is my kids. And you're going on these podcasts complaining about, oh, I didn't really want to get married to him. I mean, I didn't really want to do this. I didn't really want to do that. Yeah, you did. Why did you get married to him? Then why don't you change your last name? I bet you if you divorced him, you keep the last name. And I'm not trying to put her down at all, but I don't like what she's saying. What do you want? People are looking at you, but men are being respectful because Stephen Curry is a respectable dude. That's why. I know social media shows a bunch of really f***ed up dysfunctional relationships, but Stephen Curry's not a corny dude. You're making him seem like he's corny. It's like what they say about Sierra and her husband, you know? Just because a guy takes care of his kids, treats his wife right now, he's a cornball? What is this kind of image, this silly shit? He's making it easy for you to do things in life. You can start a cooking show, do whatever you want. You're a Curry now. But now you saying all this shit after 2 kids or whatever, and now I didn't really want, that's a bunch of insecure bullshit to me. And I'm not being disrespectful to you. But there's a lot of good men out here. I know a lot of you women like to say men ain't shit, but some of you women ain't shit. I said some of you women ain't shit either. Yeah, not every man is horrible. Bullshit. There's a lot of women that are married to dope dudes, dope men. And there's a lot of women that shit on men and cheat on men also.
Is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not even.
But I'm
It's a perfect example of why it is so important to have a hoe phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe.
Y'all smoking crack. Something is wrong with you people.
But be a safe hoe though. Like protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have.
Well, maybe it's just me, but what I heard Ayesha Curry say is she didn't get a chance to establish her personal identity before becoming a high-profile wife. But those of y'all bashing her heard her say she hates her husband. She regrets becoming a wife. That's not her communication problem. That's your comprehension problem. And yes, she went on to say more about being a mother and all these other things, so check out the full clip. But the audacity to tell a woman that she should just be silent and grateful because she's married to somebody who's successful, as if financial security erases the very human need for personal fulfillment and individual purpose, is insane. She never said that she regrets being a wife or that she didn't believe in Stephen Curry. She said there were challenges in the beginning and that she didn't see the magnitude of it coming, but ultimately she didn't anticipate losing herself in the process of supporting him. And every woman who has put their own dreams on hold to be the backbone of their husband's empire can understand. But because she said it out loud instead of suffering in designer silence, y'all want to make her the villain? I keep seeing people say, well, she's embarrassing Stephen Curry. If anything is embarrassing or distressing to this man, it is y'all publicly attacking and slandering his wife for expressing the truth that so many women experience, but they don't have the same platform to express. And it's funny because y'all claim y'all want women to be so authentic until that authenticity includes them expressing that being somebody's wife isn't the epitome of life fulfillment that all the fairy tales promise. Then all of a sudden she should have kept that to herself. But she wasn't complaining about her marriage. She was processing what it means to have her entire identity consumed by somebody else's spotlight before she had a chance to build her own. That is called grief, not a lack of gratitude. And it's like there's this idea that a woman who is married to a wealthy man or even just a likable one has essentially forfeited their right to feel anything other than complete bliss. That's exactly why so many women stay silent about their struggles, because their pain is going to get dismissed with, well, look at what you have and you should feel so lucky. Like a woman can spend years being wife goals, the most supportive partner in the world, but the moment that they admit their personal journey came with some sacrifices, y'all want to make them the bad guy. At the end of the day, Steph Curry knows this woman better than anybody else, longer than any of us talking, and if he can handle her being honest about her experience, why can't y'all? Like, your fake outrage on behalf of him being embarrassed by her is really just your discomfort with any woman who's not willing to perform happiness for your consumption.
I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but Ayesha Curry is putting in maximum effort to let the world know that she is struggling with trying not to cheat on her husband. And because she can just smell an opportunity to embarrass this man, because she gets on every interview telling everybody about just how frustrated she is with his success, how frustrated she is that women desire him, how much she wished it was her being lusted after by people who don't give a about her, how desperately she wants to get attention from other men, how locked down she feels with the kids. Every interview she goes on, she unwarrantedly forces us to listen to her vent about her not wanting to be with her husband. She wants.
I guess
to
my
go
question
be
for her would be,
Glorilla
why
or
couldn't you still have
like,
done that?
We get it, bro.
You see what
Just
I'm saying?
go drop an album.
I don't
Are
see,
you not in a better position
like,
to do
stop
so now?
embarrassing this. Yeah, I don't see why she could not have still done that. I would be confused about that. Now, if she was dating an activist and said that, that would be different. Because if you Betty Shabazz or Coretta Scott King or Amy Garvey or Anna Douglas, your whole life changes because of the mission of your husband, because he's serving the people. Right. She ain't married to an activist. You're married to an athlete. So why couldn't, who's rich? So why couldn't you still have done that? I would argue Steph may not mind because he knows she's not going anywhere. I don't mean that in a negative way, but I think they have a pretty good marriage. Yeah. So he's probably at the point in his life where he's like, let her talk. Right. You know what I mean?
Let her get it off.
Because what y'all don't know is she really enjoying the benefits of being Miss Curry, despite all that. You see what I'm saying? You're enjoying the benefits of being Miss Curry. So I think he's good with it at this point. You know, it almost harkens me back to what Jada Pinkett Smith was saying about Will, kind of on the same lines. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I really don't like when the women publicly go against their husbands.
It's so distasteful.
I don't mind a little bit of it to let people know you still your own woman.
Right.
I understand you got to do that for the feminazi. I get it.
Especially if it's real.
Right.
I understand.
But to constantly,
She
like
wants an
Aisha,
open
relationship. This is becoming, and I couldn't have that with my woman personally. I just couldn't. Jada. But them celebrities, they do that. If she wants an open relationship, bring it to your husband and see what he has to say about it. I heard Will and Jada has an open relationship. I don't know if it's true. Allegedly, they have an open relationship.
That might not have been by
so
choice.
maybe Aisha wants an open relationship. I don't know if Steph is into that, you know, because his parents were married. They divorced, but they were married a long time. Yeah. So normally when you come from that type of foundation, you want a traditional foundation, not no crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But it sounds like she needs to get back out there to revalidate her femininity again.
Yeah, it sounds like where she's going.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, in marriage, you can grow apart. And, you know, I've done a lot of therapy, a lot of life coaching. People can sometimes grow apart. It's not that he wrong. It's not that she wrong. We just not the people we were before. Is she there yet? You know what I mean? That would be the question. Yeah. Are you there yet? Are you ready to start dating outside this marriage? And if you are, that's the conversation you got to have with your husband. You know, I support the black couples. I don't want to see them break up. I love the Steph and Aisha thing. You know what I mean? I'm glad Will and Jada's still together through all the crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Does the, you know, mothering those children early on, you don't think that that takes an effect into
It does. Yeah. It does. But did you not have a say in that? You see what I'm saying? Steph didn't. I don't know the dynamics of the relationship, but
take this baby.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you wanted that baby because part of having that baby was locking in the bag. Like, let's be real.
This business agreement is official.
First to the ocean gets the drink. You know what I mean?
Your contract's $450 million.
Yeah. Let's have two. So let's not act like these babies was all unplanned.
Yeah.
Okay? Maybe 2 or 3 wasn't, but that first one to a celebrity, no woman's convincing me that you're having an unplanned baby with a celebrity. Come on. It was planned. I want them to stick together. His mom might need to have a conversation with her, though, from mother-in-law to daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's how we handle it.
You better leave my baby alone in public.
Save that. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
But you can't keep running on these little shows, you know what I mean, taking hits at my son because he's held you down.
15,
and I've never heard anything about Steph
in high school,
and any infidelity.
talk a little bit.
And he's very popular amongst the women. You feel me? I haven't heard nothing. So
I'm out
he's doing a good job. You know what I mean? So
we just made our tournament run, and this is me and my dad flying from Charlotte. I'd never been to LA before. Out here for the ESPYs. I was like, I remember Aisha. I remember she moved out here because she was out here pursuing acting. So she had graduated from high school and came right out here to pursue acting, but we weren't talking at all. So I hit her up and I was like, hey, I'm out in LA, like chilling, whatever. Like, you gotta show me around because I ain't never been out here before. So we reconnected then, and like a couple months later, she had moved back to Charlotte, and I'm still at Davidson, which is like 30 minutes away, so we got to kind of keep it going. And from there, like, we were just 2 kids just enjoying life together and not really knowing what was about to happen. And when I got to the league, like, again, I'm just living my life, and as the spotlight starts to grow and all that, you're dealt with judgments. Everybody just wants to know every step you take and all that stuff, and it's kind of uncomfortable at times because as humans, you react to stuff, like stuff that's said about you and all that type of stuff, and personally, me, it's like want to take it in stride, and like you don't want to react to everything because you'll lose your mind.
Right.
But you want to protect the integrity of y'all's relationship. We started, way back when, and so it's an ever-changing kind of thing for us because even as you bring kids in this world, like how are you going to raise them with this spotlight as well and keep their mind in the right direction and give them perspective and give them a chance to have a quote-unquote normal childhood and stuff. So a lot of responsibilities, but God don't make no mistakes, man. And for me and her, like I think we appreciate the ability to inspire and impact people because of our relationship. Like that's, if we can do it, like we're not perfect, we got ups and downs, and there's gonna be challenges in like every other relationship in this world. But if we can kind of persevere through all that stuff, man, we can be an inspiration and expectation for like what it means to find somebody you want to share life with. And I don't want to get too sappy, but like that's real.
That's real.
It's real, right?
And it's rare too.
Yeah.
Especially in our profession, So I think it's dope, the example you guys said. It's amazing.
My husband really loves my feet.
Oh, I love that.
And so, like, the light was hitting him just right that day. And so I was like, let me just snap this photo and send him a picture of my feet. So I always say, like, when he says to send nudes, like, that's what he's getting, a picture of my bare feet.
I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
like
looking.
Favorite physical feature? My feet.
Yes. You asked the question.
You're such a weirdo.
And yet one of the titles you didn't say is NBA wife.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
That's not really a title in your view.
It's not. No, I don't think I'll ever call myself that because I feel like. I mean, I don't think my husband would call himself chef's wife.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus?
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that.